Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another Panda palette update for you. I have quite a lot in front of me, but I don't know if I have that much progress. Let me check my list. There's a lot of pan, right? And some empty, like you will see. So I'm going to start off with a new purchase that I've made. I think I talked about getting a Profusion palette for the longest time because we recently had a reopening of the supermarket here and they expanded the beauty section. They have Profusion makeup now. So I got this. As you know, I do like me some shimmer shades. I barely ever leave the house without any shimmer on top. I just put some concealer on today, okay, because I'm going to wash this off afterwards, but usually shimmer. So I figured let's go for a bit more colorful shadows. So I got the Profusion Ruby Gems 5-shade glitter palette. This is what that one looks like, and as you can see, I hit pan on this one already. Now this is a bit of a fail because this is literally just pressed glitter. I will not get my finger into that one now because I will have it all over the place for at least 3 days. But yeah, it's just, I can zoom in, maybe you can see it. It's pressed glitter. It's gorgeous, right? It goes from light to bronzy to the pinks here. It's beautiful, but it's pressed glitter, which also means that if you apply with a brush, it doesn't work. If you go in with your finger, you just smoosh it around and then you hit pan or something because, yeah, it's very loosely packed in there. But this is new and I have a pan on that. Also, I don't know why I got the pink palette, because this, is a spoiler. This is the next palette that I can use and there's one mauve shade in it that I can use. So how will this work? I have no idea. So that means 5 new shades in my collection. We'll get to that later. It's still here. I can still sharpen it. The taupe eye color pencil, whatever it's called, by Nudestix, I think. It's still here. And yes, it is almost half the size of the cap, but I can still sharpen it. Hopefully by next month this will be empty, but I will give you my goals towards the end. Then, I don't know if I had pan on this before or not, but this is my friendly shadow and there is a pan. I think there was a pan before, so maybe I just expanded it. Only used this shadow the first 7 days of the month, so I will not get any usage until next month, but I think it's going okay. This is a shadow that I pressed, so it's a bit hard to get it even. As you can see, like there's more green, there's more orange, so you have to be careful to get the right amount of color on both eyes. Like I don't want this to be majorly orange and this majorly green, right? So it's a bit rough, but I do like using it, and if you swirl it together, it comes out as a nice army green, which is perfect to go with this shadow here. This is the shimmer shadow I have. It's still there. Yes, I probably have some progress, but it's still here. I feel like once you hit pan, which is like such a major point in using your shadow because you can finally see the pan and you've achieved something. After that, it's just hard to see progress. If I would have hit the side here, for example, it would have been more clear as to how much I've used. But that is still here. The Frank shadow is still here. I said that before, but these 3 things I use the first 7 days of the month, and they are all here still. Then I'm gonna clean up with this. I have not used this much. I used like once or twice, so I think so far I'm okay with not using this. Okay, like the shadow look that I do does not need this in there. So yeah, it's still the pan. I might have expanded a little bit. I don't think so, but it's still here. But for now, I will just put it aside and not use it because, like I said, what I'm doing currently with my eyeshadows works out fine without this. Then second last product I have here is the Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette. This put me into a very big filming slump. I did not want to film anything after this because I filmed this whole palette in a How Will This video back to back. Like it's just like the whole palette in one video. It was a little too much. Show you this right now. This is what it looks like. Whoop, whoop. I used this one to mix into my friendly shadow because there's orange and green in here, but there was more green left in the Luvia palette than orange, so I put this one in. So I panned that. I did not use it. I mean, technically I am using it, but not on its own. And then this one here I use as a eyebrow shade. Just slightly and lightly filling them in. But yeah, I use that almost every single day, which is why there's a nice pen going on, and the rest I've not used. I will not use this dark shade here because I tried out. I do not like it. But the rest I can use if I want to. I think I also use the blending shade a lot. During the first 7 days of the month, I used that one. I mean, there is some progress, obviously, but nothing major because it's not my focus palette yet. It will be once this is gone. Now, are you ready for this? I cannot believe how much progress I have on this palette, and I cannot believe, spoiler, that the blending shade is still there. I don't know how well you can see, but there is a pan as well. There's a pan. I use these two up. Love it, love it. So let me tell you the story. Technically, if I went diagonally, I should be using this one and this one together. However, this is so dark that I don't need a lot on my eyes, which is why I used this blending shade, not blending shade, this shimmer shade up first, before this, obviously, as you can see. So now I'm using these two, and I feel like these two here work much better than the purple with the terracotta or whatever call this, burnt orange. I have glitter on my hands. How did that happen? Anyways, so this is what it looks like. I used this shimmer up, I think. Let me see. Oh yeah, I used the pink up and the shimmer, and then I hit pan on these two as well. And like I said, I'm using these two together currently. It looks like it's roughly the same amount of pan showing, so maybe I'll be able to use them up at the same time. The problem is that this is, like I said, so dark that I need quite a lot of the shimmer shade to make it actually look nice and to make it appear on the eyes. So yeah, we'll see. This I might be struggling with this a little. Fret not though. I have this to use. Maybe the bronze. Well, so kind of bronze shade here, or I have some things I can use. There's also a slight satin in here that might work. We'll see. But yeah, this is what it looks like. The blending shade, like I said, is still here. I don't know what else going on there. And then I have just these 6 left to use. This, I might do another round of nail polish because I achieved this pan with just 1 round of nail polish on both hands, obviously. Maybe, but then I'm left with just this dark shade. So let me see. I think 2 empties in this, and then 2 new pans as well. This is just crazy. Like how is that possible? Can I just clean this up? Just a tiny bit. I think this looks a bit cleaner now. That is insane. That is actually, like, I don't, how is that possible? That was it. I think that brings my total to, if you take into account the 5 new shadows that I got, 90, because I used 2 up, but I got so many new ones, and the rest is just pan. I think I'm doing extremely well with this. Which is, like I said, shocking, because how am I using up so many shadows in that one palette? Unbelievable. Actually, I checked out my palette stash, and I once again found, by surprise, the Colourpop compact powder where I pressed in some shadows as well to make a blush. I think there's like 1 or 2 shadows in there that I should use up because that counts for my Panda palette. They're literally shadows from an eyeshadow palette. So anyways, my goal would be, please, just use it up. Use it up. That will be it. And then I have some nice progress with the ABH one. I don't have any plans for this yet. Yeah, the first 7 days I will probably use this blending shade. But if it goes the same as the other blending shade, this will be here until the palette is gone. Maybe also try to learn how to deal with this a bit more. It looks absolutely gorgeous on the eyes. Like, let me tell you, it's just like reflecting and just gorgeous. But to get it on the eyes and to get it off your fingers and off of everything else that you have going on is a bit of a struggle. That was it. That was the update. Let me know what you think. I think I'm doing extremely well. I don't know if it's me personally, because, for my first 7 days, I use the Frankie shadow, I use the shimmer shade, and I use the blending shade, and I use the shadow shade. That is 4 products that I use on the eyes. Maybe it's just me being strategic about this and using as much as I can while it still looks good. Or maybe it's just the beige palette is just so loosely pressed, or with the purple shimmer that I'm using, I have to go in a couple of times to make it look opaque and make it look the way I want it to. Maybe that's also why I use so much shadow. I have no idea. But I'm having a great time using all of that up. If all goes well, I can start this one before the year ends. Who would have thought that? Because I started the year with the ABH palette that was barely touched. And now I'm already thinking about bringing this in. This will be a very easy palette because, like I said, I don't use this, so it's rather neutral. And I feel like that would give me a couple of easy, fast looks. I don't know, but I hope you enjoyed the video. And let me know what your project is looking like. Project pan, project palette project, whatever it is. Let me know. I'm shook at how much progress I have on that palette. So I see you in the next video.